Hi, hello. No, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about Fanny today, girl. Yeah. Okay, let me tell them. Hey, you guys, welcome to Heartbreak Hotline. Today, we're gonna talk about. You see this beautiful lady on the screen? That is Fanni Willis. In case you guys didn't know her, so let's get into about it. Who is Fanni Willis? Fanni Willis is an American attorney. She is a district attorney of Fulton County, Georgia, and has been since 2021. Okay, now let's talk about her and how everything ties together to her losing an opportunity to try a very important case. This young man on the screen right here is Nathan Wade. Nathan Wade was a 2014 candidate for the Cobb Judicial Circuit in Georgia. In February of 2021, Wade was hired by Fanni Willis to act as a key special prosecutor and attorney in the Georgia prosecution of Donald Trump 2023-2024. Now, he was married, and it's alleged that they had a relationship that began in 2019. So let's talk about how God feels about adultery and how God handles adultery. Matthew 19:19 says, "And I say to you, whoever divorces his wife except for sexual immorality and marries another commits adultery." Now, according to their divorce, it was irretrievable differences. What is adultery? Give me one moment. Adultery is a sexual activity between a married person and someone other than their spouse. It is also known as cheating, being unfaithful, or having an affair. I'm going to touch on Proverbs 6:32. My apologies. And it says, "He who commits adultery lacks sense. He who does it destroys himself." And in Leviticus, which is the punishment, says, and this is Leviticus 20:10, and I have it enclosed on the screen so you can see it. "If a man commits adultery with the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death." Now, I don't think that he wants them dead, but death comes in many forms. You can have a spiritual death, you can have a career change, you can have some drastic things, and that's what's happened to these two. They've had some things occur that affected them because they apparently were good together, but you're doing things outside of what you should be doing, and this is what happened. Now, I'm not saying that them having an affair is what they do, but this is what the defense used to have them removed. And so if these two are powerful together and they're removed from the case is delayed even further. So let's get into it. January 1st of 2021, Willis assumes office as Fulton County District Attorney after defeating her former boss in the Democratic primary and running unopposed in the November election. February 10th of 2021, Willis sends a letter to top Georgia officials informing them of her initiation of a criminal investigation into the possible interference in the state's 2020 general election. In the letter, she instructs them to preserve evidence without explicitly naming former President Donald Trump. The recipient of the letter included Governor Brian Kemp, Lieutenant Governor Geoff Duncan, Attorney General Chris Carr, and Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. Okay. November 1st, 2021, Willis hires Wade as a special prosecutor in the investigation. Okay. November 2nd, Wade files for divorce against his wife, Jocelyn Wade, in Cobb County Superior Court. Skipping forward, January 20th, Wade requests Fulton County Superior Court to impanel a special purpose grand jury to investigate possible attempts to disrupt the 2020 election. Okay, we're going to skip forward a little bit. We're going to go to May 2nd. A special purpose grand jury is impaneled to investigate attempts by former President Donald Trump and his supporters to overturn his loss in Georgia. June 1st, 2022, the special purpose grand jury is seated. They hear from 75 witnesses, including former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, and Governor Brian Kemp. Okay, now, October through November of 2022, Wade spends more than $1,300 for 3 American Airlines tickets to Miami for himself, Willis, and Clara Brown, according to credit card statement. December 15th, the special purpose grand jury issues a sealed report of the foreseen, says recommends indictments against more than a dozen people. January 9th, 2023, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Robert McBurney, who oversaw the special grand jury, states that the panel has completed its work and submitted a final report to him. We're going to skip forward. April 25th of 2023, Wade spends $817 on Delta Airline tickets to San Francisco. His and Willis's name appear on the credit card statement. They were just getting evidence against them. On August 14th of 2023, I'm skipping around because it's an article, but I enclose it here. Former President Donald Trump and 18 other people are indicted by Fulton County grand jury, accused of scheming to illegally overturn the 2020 election loss in Georgia. Now, the attorneys did their job. These two were going and spending money on themselves, playing around, laying around. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go through the timeline with y'all. On January 8th of 2024, Jocelyn Wade, through her attorney Andrea Hastings, attempts to serve Willis, which is Mrs. Willis, with a notice of deposition. The subpoena was presented to an employee at the office of the Fulton County District Attorney. Also on January 8th, an attorney for defendant Michael Roman files a motion seeking to disqualify the DA's office from the case because of an alleged romantic relationship between Willis and Wade. Okay? So they have been tracking these people. The court filing states that because Wade paid for trips they took together, Willis benefited financially from the arrangement. Roman's lawyer, Ashley Merchant, asked for the Wade's divorce records to be unsealed and also wants the charges against her client dropped. The DA's office says they will reply in a court filing but doesn't indicate what that will be. So that basically, by them messing around and then the wife being involved, it started a tailspin of everything. January 14th, Willis defends Wade during a 35-minute speech at the historic Big Bethel AME Church. She calls him a superstar, a great friend, and a great lawyer. Okay. January 19th, Jocelyn Wade's attorney responds to Willis attaching some of Nathan Wade's credit card records to their court filings. Key point, on February 6th, co-defendant David Schaefer files motion saying Fulton County DA Fanni Willis has engaged in a pattern of prosecutorial forensic misconduct, which he says should disqualify not only her but her entire office and prosecution staff. On December 19th of 2024, Fulton County DA Fanni Willis was disqualified from the Trump case. So basically, all of this manifested from their relationship. She could have won. Who knows? I don't know if she could have won, but yeah, she's a good attorney. She could have won. She was good at it. But because she was so good, they had to find something on her, and they did. So I couldn't get into everything with 10 minutes, y'all. But my opinion, what I want to know from y'all is, how do y'all feel about this? This been on my mind. Anyway, so this has been Shanice with Heartbreak Hotline. I love y'all. Remember, move the way God wants you to. It ain't got to be perfect, but keep him in your mind at all times. And don't hurt nobody that ain't hurting you. Love y'all. Bye.